Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. All right, so what kind of video do you make when you don't have a good topic? You make a video like this. All right, so what am I going to talk about? I'm winging it. All right, I just got back from a play center with my daughters, and I used the bezel to mark the hour we were in the play center, and you can see right here there's a bus time marked. So I can't tell you guys how much I like the functionality of a rotating bezel, and it's probably the worst aspect of the Explorer 2. I mean, the Explorer 2 is a beautiful watch, really cool watch, really useful watch, but this just has the edge just because you can move that bezel. But of course, the Explorer 2 is a little stronger, so if you're really going to be in a situation where your watch is going to take a pounding, I'd say the Explorer 2 is probably better. All right, so picks or it didn't happen. Sorry, no picks. You're just going to have to take my word for it. We were having a little snack afterwards, and cheeseburger, right? Cheeseburger snack, McDonald's, and there was a guy waiting with his two daughters. And I noticed on his wrist was a Pepsi GMT Master 2. I got my phone out, but by the time I got it out, he'd gotten his takeout and was leaving. Oyster bracelet. And like I said, it was a Pepsi. And what struck me about the Pepsi was how faded the red was. And it's kind of an interesting look. I mean, some people like it, some people don't. I like the non-faded bezels, and I like the faded bezels. It's just a different aesthetic. So, but yeah, that was an incredibly. It was a very schmicko-looking piece, but it was surprising how faded that red was. So who knows? Maybe it was sunlight. That's one of the reasons I want to get, a Pepsi for this and a Coke for this, especially because summer's coming. Hopefully, I can get some fading on those other bezels. All right, so what do I want to talk about today? Well, I thought I would mention something that I've just realized. And, well, first of all, let me just say that when I first started wearing my Submariner, if you'd asked me, can you hear it ticking, I probably would have said no. I went for months thinking that you couldn't hear it. And likely I was just kind of doing this. You can hear the ticking of the watch, but it's surprisingly difficult, and that's no surprise because, well, it's watertight and pretty airtight, and I don't think sound waves can really get through. But if you really put your ear up to it, you can, but it's tough. And those first couple months, I probably didn't want to put my greasy ear up to my new sub, so I probably was doing this, and I couldn't quite hear it. But it is tough to hear, and that's why it's very surprising when I'm in bed and I've got my watch under my pillow. I can hear it. I can hear it very well, even if it's not directly. Whoa! You just got out of the shower. All right, my 3-year-old just came in here. You're not fit to be in front of a camera right now. All right. You want to get dressed?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. But it's surprising because the watch doesn't even have to be, directly under my ear. It can be sort of off. It's amazing. Have you guys had that situation where you're in bed and your watch is under your pillow and you can just hear it ticking away? It happens all the time, and I don't know what it is, why the sound waves travel through the pillow. It's odd. I remember hearing it was a comment on the Rolex forum, and a guy was talking about having his Rolex on the nightstand, and I guess the vibrations or something were pinging off the metal of the nightstand, and he could really hear it. It was really resonant. And I've never had anything like that happen. That sounds kind of cool. But yeah, put it under the pillow, and for some reason you can hear it. Have you guys had that situation? very odd. Whereas you put it right here. I don't know. Maybe it's yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure. Any physics majors who specialize in sound waves could maybe help me out with that. 28,800 beats per hour. Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. That's what it sounds like. And what really does it sound like? Well, have you ever heard a steel drum? Okay, imagine that beat with in a steel drum. Okay, it feels like it sounds like metal, tinging, tinging. It's odd, and this and the Explorer 2 and even the ETA tutor, the Hydronaut that has ETA movement in it. It's the same beat rate, and yeah, steel drum, pinging, ping 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 ping. That's what it sounds like. It's not a tick. It's not a talk. It's not a click. It's quite distinct from my grandfather watches, which are really easy to hear. In fact, you could just be in a quiet room and you can hear it ticking away. There's not a lot of water resistance there. I think that's part of it, and I think the space between the crown and the case probably sound waves just pour through that. But it's a slower click, obviously, but it's a click. It's a tick. It's not a metallic pinging. Very very interesting sound. Interesting sound for sure. Anyway, the sound of a Rolex watch. Well, I would say it's pretty unique, but like I said, the ETA has a very similar sound. I haven't reset this watch since RSC did it. They have the hour hand, 24-hour hand set to Japanese time and the local hour hand to Japanese time, and it's been 4 days, and it's -2 seconds. So it looks like I've got a slower watch. I'm going in there next week, and I'm sort of weighing my options. Do I just go with it? Could it possibly speed up? Do watches, quote, settle after a service? I don't know. I'm not sure. Am I okay with a slow watch? I much prefer a watch that's fast. But the question is, do I bring it up? I am still on the fence about whether I should or not, because it is slow, but it's, again, 2 seconds slow after 4 days. I mean, it's Sunday. That was Wednesday night, Wednesday evening, and -2. So that's pretty amazing accuracy, and to bitch about it seems a little bit much. But if I do, I could always phrase it like, it's great service. I'm 95% happy, but I've just got this like 5% thing that's bothering me. And I'm sure she'll bring up COSC standards, and I'll say, look, yeah, I know, but the fact of the matter is I'm just not satisfied. So what are you going to do? No, I'm still on the fence. I could always set it 10 minutes. Sorry, 10 minutes. Might not want to do that. 10 seconds fast, and then I'd be good for roughly a month. And what I want to know is if it's gonna speed up. Is it gonna settle? Right? Is it gonna settle? Sophie, you got dressed nicely. You want to say hi? Want to come over? Come here. You got out of your shower and you dressed yourself. Good for you. Hi, here, sit down with me. Did you have a good shower?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, what are you doing now?
Bad.
You're playing?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, okay. Did you have a fun time today?
Yeah.
How was that cheeseburger?
Good.
It was good? Yeah, did you like that?
Yeah.
Did you eat it all?
Yeah.
You did. You did. That was pretty... That was your American education, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, guys, what do you think? Should I just go with the accuracy I have? I think the answer is yes. But you know me. You know me. I'm such a picky guy, right? So will I bring it up? I don't know. I don't know. I got to Wednesday to decide because that is the day I go in and leave the watch for a week, and they're gonna put on the Coke. And why do they do that? Well, they do it, I think, so you don't swing by and and have them change it right there in 15 minutes and then go sell your insert. You have to give them a little bit more of a time investment. That's my guess. Now the question is, if you bring in the insert and it's yours, will they make you wait a week? Or they'll say, well, look, you obviously really want it changed out, and you're obviously not looking to flip it because you have one that you could flip. Now, would they do it in 15 minutes? That could be it. Or it could also be that it's just, they're working on watches back there and they just can't say, hey, you're in the middle of an overhaul, putting together, putting the mainspring, in the watch, and hey, stop what you're doing and help this guy out because he's waiting. So it could be just that. It could be that watchmakers are working back there and there's not a guy that can just, at the drop of a hat, do it in 15 minutes. In theory, they could, but obviously, you don't want to interrupt an overhaul, right? Another customer. So that could be it as well. But let's just be happy that you can get those inserts, and be happy that this is not a country like Vietnam where they give you your insert and you can't have the other colors, and that's one of the reasons I want to get these inserts, because if that policy ever changes, I want to make sure I have my inserts. Okay, anyway, all over the place, just sort of a video I felt like making. And any thoughts, any comments? Do you like listening to your watches tick? That's like one of the best things. I'm laying in bed at night and I just love putting my watch up to my ear and just listening to it kind of as I'm falling asleep. All right. It's the little things in life. It's all about the little things. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.